Hello again YouTube, this is Magix from Badderman Gaming, doing my second Rome Total War online commentary. Today I'll be bringing you a 2v2. I am playing as the Romans, and so is my ally. My ally is facing off against the Egyptians, and I am playing against a king who is in control of these guys, who are called... I'm not entirely sure, but they'll just be called my opponent for this battle. So, in his army has 4 cataphracts, 2 cataphract archers, 6 legions, 2 archers, and 4 heavy spearmen. I think just now I'm just going to skip ahead to shorten down the video, so you're not watching my army move forward. So, my army has moved up, and at this point in the battle he attacks me with one of his cataphract archers. So I charge after them with my Praetorians, which was a really big mistake. And seeing his cataphracts come down the hill at me, I tried to pull out, but I lose a whole unit from the charge bonus he gets from coming down the hill. So I pull out, knowing that because he has the downhill charge bonus, he would completely annihilate me. So I knew if I had to fight him, I'd have to fight him on level ground. So I pull out, but luckily he pulls out as well. So over here my ally has rushed forward to take them hill, and he is now facing off against a line of Pharaoh's guards, and also on the left, or his right rather, let's have a look. I think it's 2 chariots, 4 desert axemen, and 1 camel archer. His chariots move up, killing a few of his own men. So these Egyptians charging at my ally now, and seeing this I rush my archers over because they're not doing anything, so I know if I can go help my ally out, send them over there. Over here his cataphracts are camping it out with 2 archers, while I move my 2 ballistas forward. And my plan was to either lure them out by doing enough damage to them that we'd have to charge, or at least do enough damage without him noticing that they rout. So over here, form a line my archers, and his chariots were literally about to smash into the skirmishers, but the first unit routs, and then his Praetorians smash into the second unit of chariots, which then routs. I set all my archers to fire at the camel archers, I think, but instead they fire at the chariots, which was probably a good thing in the long run, because there were still quite a few left of the units. They might have come back later in the battle. But yeah, so after taking out the remaining part of his camel archers, I think my archers finish off his camel archers. So this was about 2 or 3 minutes later. Not much really happened. I formed a second line with my 3 other archers, so that they could fire as well, because on the left they weren't really doing much. My 6 urban cohorts haven't really done much either. I'm waiting for this phalanx line to move forward so I can get around the rear or flank and do some damage. So my archers start firing at his Pharaoh's guard and don't really do a lot. Considering the Pharaoh's guard don't have any shields or anything, they're pretty strong, so arrows don't really do much. But then I see his axemen coming forward, and I think, oh well, I realised that his phalanx is going to bog down his urbans, and Triarii are going to be able to take all of them. So I set my archers to fire at them, and they disobey and fire at a routing unit, which isn't what I wanted them to do, but oh well. So as the axemen get closer, they fire flat volleys at them. First unit routed, fire another 2 close range volleys into them. His urbans also managed to get a javelin volley in there as well. Second unit starts to rout, and then his Praetorians and urbans crush them in a sort of reverse hammer and anvil and finish off the 3rd unit, while my archers shoot them while they charge. So in the centre my allies' urbans get hit at an angle by the Pharaoh's guard, and they do quite a lot of damage on impact, get hit the side and rear, but my archers and my allies' archers, and skirmishers actually, are doing quite well in taking them out. So this is about another minute later. His archers start to move forward, and then I don't know what was going on here. He senses, well, my ally sends one of his Praetorian cavalry towards his, or the sort of enemy archers, my opponent's archers. My ballistas are moving up, and they start firing in a sec. And his Praetorians just sit there, get hit by is it one or two? One or the other. 2 units of cataphracts, and then the 2 archers start firing at him. Over here, the phalanxes have finally got close enough that I can start to use my army. My ally he was really good this game. It was really fun playing with him. I really enjoyed this battle. He did play exceptionally well. So in the centre, there's a cataphract unit with the Egyptian general, no, my opponent's general in it. My archers are keeping up a steady fire. My allies' Praetorians are smashing into the left, seeing as the Egyptians have no cavalry left. Over here I held back 3 of my units at Urbans because I knew my opponent still had quite a lot of cataphracts.
The enemy general
There goes his general.
And now
My Praetorians also managed to cut off his 1 unit of cataphracts, which were trying to charge my ballista, which had done quite a lot of damage to one of his unit of archers. My ally then comes in as well. We sort of trap him in a sort of box formation. Over here, 3 of my urbans that I sent round to go flank, at least get to the side of the heavy spearmen, do a lot of damage with their javelins. Back over here, because I was sort of paying attention to my urbans and making sure my allies' right was okay, I sort of left these archers stood here, which was pretty stupid of me. My block of 3 urbans over here, I have them firing at the routing cataphracts. Let me take out a few. Over here, the 3 units that I sent up to flank still sat here. My opponent, called King, leaves his cataphracts just stood there, which was a bit of a mistake because I managed to smash into him and rout them, and of course they did no damage to my urbans. So then, after waiting for about 3 minutes, my urbans finally get the chance to run in to the rear and flank of that heavy spearman, which was doing quite a lot of damage to my allies' Praetorians. Back over here, my 2 ballistas get charged by his archers, or one of his units of archers, while my cavalry is routing the 2nd unit. My ally comes to the rescue, I think, and kills most of them, although I was pretty impressed with how they took them out. Over here, my 3 units that had been protecting my left from the cataphracts charge into this unit and sort of hacking their way through them. Over here, one of my units gets engaged by some Egyptian cavalry, and they don't do much. And that allows me to get one of my units round the back, and my ally to send in some units. And that over here, archers were being taken by cataphracts. 4 of them routed, 2 of them stayed. And they do enough damage that later on they start to rout. And there goes my ally charging into hell. This battle was actually, when I recorded it, was about 20 minutes long, which is pretty long for a Rome Trail War battle. Over here you can see my units and my allies' units are just finishing off my opponent's 2 units of legions, and over here his last unit of cataphracts rout. And back over here, my 2 Praetorians cut down his cataphract archers that are routing. So, as you can tell by the state of the battle, there was a lot of men in this. I think there was about 7,000 in this battle. 7,000 men on the battlefield, and a lot died. So over here, Urban's chasing down his retreating, or his routing units. That was pretty much the end of the battle.